after the nest is empty, did that enhance your romance? And romance is not just one thing, not just sex or intimacy, but just romance in general, your connection, your bond. Did that enhance it? Was there distance that had to be, mended? I always say relationships are like gardens. They have to be tilled. You got to weed. You got to plant new seeds. You got to fertilize, all of that. What was the state of your relationship like when the nest was empty in regards to romance? And maybe how did you have to enhance it? Because now, we gotta do a little homework.
Brenda, you go first. I can't wait to hear your answer.
You know what? I was just going to say, why is Gail and Annette just looking? They're not answering. You know what? I love you. I do. I love you. So she's funny. She's funny. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna text you later after this. No, but I will say, for us, I didn't have to enhance romance after being an empty nester. I didn't have to enhance it. So because as we were growing together and raising our family, we used to tell our children they were the enemy. We did not allow them to come between us. And so, yeah, because your children will pit you once against the other one, and we would not allow them to do that. The other thing for us, we did not make raising our children the main agenda.
Come on, say that
again. So that when it was an empty nester, it's just the two of you and you don't know each other. We didn't let that happen. We had to fight to make sure that raising the children was not the agenda. It's not about everything about the kids. No. So we had to fight to keep that flame and keep that fire raging so that when they did go, we didn't have to meet each other or try to learn, well, who are you? So romance for us, we had to fight to keep it going and let the children know, I love you, but you are not the main agenda. Love you though. So now that it's an empty nester, the one thing that I do like, I don't have to look on my wait till 9 o'clock p.m., 9 o'clock. No. It could be 9 a.m., 1 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I had to meet him and get to know him. You've read articles where people have gotten divorced. They've been married 25 years, 27 years, 32 years. And you don't understand, why are they getting a divorce after all this time? Because the main agenda was raising the children. And when they were gone, you didn't know each other. And so you had this cactus that didn't have water the whole time. I'm a rose. I need to be watered. I am not a cactus. And so for us, it's excellent. I thank God the way that it went. But as mothers and fathers, we have to remember, we love them, but they are not the main agenda. Your relationship, you got to fight for it.
I will say, and I'm not saying this because she's my friend and Annette knows this as well, but I think it's also your circle of influence. And for Brenda, Mrs. Troy, Minister Troy, I was a part of, before I was even married, I was a part of, she had a Sunday school class, I'm not for sure if you still have it or not, called Woman, Wife, Mother. And so every Sunday we were in there, we were getting this teaching all day, every day, and then a yearly retreat. So even in that, if you're really paying attention and you're following the word and you're growing from that, those are things that I automatically started implementing even before I got married. So at marriage, even and Brenda, I'm sure you remember this, we are in the receiving line at my wedding. Brenda doesn't come in and say, oh, congratulations. She goes, now remember what I told you. And I'm like, okay, this is the receiving line? Can you just keep it moving?
I did tell you that.
I remember that. And so those, when you are around somebody who really does care about you and will call you out when you're wrong as well, those things stick with you. So those things are things that I implemented along the way. And then the other thing, and Amber, I've said this before, I had a life when I had children. So I still had a life as they're gone. So it's not like I'm fumbling around trying to find something to do. I still had a life. So because I still am on that same beat, the romance is still there. Now, we still have arguments from time to time, but the romance is still there. It's not like we had to get to know each other again. But yeah, you gotta have that person in your life or those people in your life that will hold you accountable and also check you. And I think that's one of the dangers today. I'm not for sure people have that balance of relationship and the people who are whispering in their ears, because too many people are just falling off by the wayside saying it's over, this, that, and the other. It's like, well, who taught you? So it's just very interesting when you're on that journey. So yeah, I had a life going in, so I still have a life now, but the romance is still there. It might even be a little bit better right now.
Shana, yeah. Hey.
Y'all are too much. I love it. I love it. So I want to say one question, and I have a whole stream of questions, so I'm not going to get through all of them. But you talked about fighting for romance, Brenda. Want to throw that on the table? Not a question on my list, but I know somebody probably needs to hear, what does that look like? You said fighting for romance. I got all these years, 20, 40 years married. What does it look like to fight for romance?
Okay, so you have to go back to the beginning. There was something at the beginning that attracted the two of you to one another. And whatever that core was, you cannot lose it. People sometimes get married and then go on some sort of hiatus. It's like a cactus. I mean, a cactus don't need water, but every now and then. No. Your relationship needs to be watered. So whatever it was that attracted you to each other, you need to keep those things alive and keep them abreast. And as far as for women, once you get married, don't let yourself go. You need to leave Miss Durag in the drawer. Do not bring her out. Do not bring her out. And you need to keep yourself together and encouraging to your mate. And the same thing with the male. Keep yourself encouraging to your mate. And so each day you're not off. It's a fight. It's a fight. Never take each other for granted. Always encourage, because if you don't get encouragement at home, you're going to seek it elsewhere. So home needs to be the safe base. No matter what happens to a person when they leave the outside of the door to go outside to the world, they know that home base is safe. You need to always give flowers. If you were given flowers in the dating season, you should always continue to give flowers. If you are used to giving surprises or receiving surprises, you should always keep that alive. Don't let, just because you got married, let the fire go out. Everybody has to fan their flames. Do not let the fire go out. So that's what I mean, fighting for the romance. When you have little children, they need to be on a schedule. They do not need to sleep with you. Little kids need to go in their own bed. Don't let them sleep with you. So you have to increase your romance, fight for your romance. Always be somewhere, someone, no matter what, you will be the one that reminds your spouse that I love you, no matter what. Leave little notes on the refrigerator. Leave a flower. And men like flowers too, ladies. We always think but men like flowers too. Chocolate. Get a box of chocolate. Take and Gail and Annette probably remember this. Every Friday we used to exchange cards. Give a card on a Friday. So in the early days, when you couldn't afford to go out, you couldn't spend money at a restaurant, it's okay to get a card to remind them, I love you. I love your smile. I enjoy your eyes. I love it when we talk about this. I love when we study the word together. Put them boxing gloves of love on and keep fighting. Don't let your marriage wither because it doesn't have to. I don't even know where we got that from. That you've been married 3 years and now you walking around, no lipstick, no makeup, your legs is ashy, and you got on a do-rag. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, Victoria has a secret. Yes, Victoria has a secret for a reason. And that's where we need to be. She got a secret for a reason. All right? So no, that's what I mean by that, Amber. Keep fighting, because whatever attracted you to each other, you need to keep it alive.